Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another what's for dinner video on keto. So I have not been able to get these videos up for the last couple of weeks. It's just not enough hours in the day between work and getting my other YouTube content up. So this is just a mixture of different keto dinners from the last 2 weeks, and they are all are family friendly and are definitely family approved. So let's get into the video. So on this night, we had the Fathead dough pizza. I just made the Fathead dough pizza dough, which I will have linked in the description box. And this was just a really simple one with salami and a pepperoni. It's actually our favorite combination. And then I also had made some jalapeno poppers. I will link the meal prep video down below where I made these. They came out so amazing. I absolutely love these, and I am going to make them again very soon. Okay guys, so I'm starting dinner before I leave for work. So in here I have some butter on the saute mode, and then I put some almond flour in my stew meat. So I'm just going to mix it around. I'm going to go ahead and give the meat a good saute and get it browned before I start the slow cooker. Okay, so now we're going to add the spices. I'm going to do some thyme. Thyme goes really good with beef recipes. I'm going to do some garlic powder or granulated garlic. I don't ever measure my spices, y'all. I'm going to do onion powder. And then the other thing I'm going to use is this mushroom powder. I had a friend of mine send this to me and I haven't used it yet. It's from Trader Joe's. So I thought it would go good with this beef recipe. I have no idea how much to use. It has an interesting smell. Okay, so we're going to stir that up, and then I'm going to go ahead and put the broth in, and this is just going to cook on low all day while I'm at work. Oh, and I should tell you, the reason why I put the spices on before the broth is because I like to heat the spices up. If you heat spices up, it brings the flavor out of them a little bit better. So that's why I like to put the spices in, kind of move it around a little bit, get them warmed up, and then I'll add the broth in. That way the broth doesn't dilute it. It's already kind of gotten the flavors all warmed up. Okay, so I have about 2.5 cups of beef broth. And then when I get home tonight, I will mix some xantham gum in with some water and put that in there to get it thickened up, because this recipe calls for cornstarch, but I'll just use xantham gum since that's a keto friendly ingredient. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on low, cook it for 8 hours, and then it'll be ready to go when I get home from work, and I'll show you guys the rest of it. So I am home from work and the meat is all done that I started earlier. I am adding some pepperocini peppers. I don't like to add those in the very beginning because I feel like they lose all their texture in the crock pot. So I like to put them in kind of towards the end. And also I made the mistake of adding in the xanthan gum, and I already mixed it with water, and I found out that that doesn't really thicken up the soup very well. Oh, I also did add in some worcestershire sauce as well. So I mixed that water, jelly, xanthan gum stuff around, and it just did not thicken up. So what I ended up doing was I just sprinkled some of the xanthan gum directly into the pot, gave it a stir, put it back into like on manual high for about 30 minutes, and it came out nice and thick. So I ended up serving it over some cheesy cauliflower rice. I was going to do cauliflower mash, but it ended up just being cheesy cauliflower rice, and it turned out fantastic. So I will have this recipe down below in the description box. On this night, I had a really busy day at work and was not very hungry. I had made some wings earlier in the day. I will put the wing recipe that I got this from down below in the description box. I had it paired with my homemade blue cheese dressing. So on this night, I had pumpkin cheesecake pancakes. You guys, these were so easy, so amazing. So in a blender, you're just going to add in 4 ounces of cream cheese, 4 eggs, 2 tablespoons of pumpkin puree, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, a teaspoon of some kind of sugar substitute. I used the pure sugar substitute for this, a half a teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. And that is it. You just blend it up and then you cook them You guys, these were amazing, so good. I had some leftover pumpkin puree in my refrigerator, so that's what made me come up with this. I served these with some of the Chalk Zero caramel syrup. I love their syrups. They're nice and they're thick and they have no aftertaste. The family loves them. I've had their maple syrup and their caramel syrup. I just wanted the caramel with this. So good. Definitely try these pancakes. I will have the recipe linked down below. So for dinner this night, I made a Zuppa Toscana soup. I am using roasted cauliflower for mine. So in my bowl here, I just have some cauliflower cut up. I'm adding in some avocado oil and just adding in some toasted onion seasoning. And I'm just mixing that around, throwing them on a baking sheet. And I'm going to cook this at 450 degrees for about 25 minutes. I like it nice and crispy. And then in my pot here, I am just sauteing up some onion and some garlic and a little bit of butter. So you just want to saute that up until it is nice and tender and the onions start to get translucent. And it takes probably about 5 minutes tops, I would say. And then to your pot, you're going to add in whatever kind of sausage you'd like to use. I am just using spicy Italian sausage because this stuff smells so good when it's cooking, by the way. So I do recommend like some kind of spicy Italian sausage for this. And you're just going to cook that up. I don't know if you guys are like me, but I have no patience for cooking sausage. I feel like it takes forever to cook. Is it just me? I don't know. It seems like it takes forever. And then to that, I'm going to add in some Italian herbs. And I think there's a couple other spices. Again, this recipe will be linked down below. And then I'm going to add in some chicken stock. I really like bone broth with this type of thing too, but I forgot to take it out of my freezer. I do have bone broth always in my freezer. So I'm just going to put that in there, give it a good stir, and then we are going to add in some of our favorite thickening agent on keto, and that is xantham gum. I end up using probably about 1/4 teaspoon, and I am finding that when I use xanthan gum, it's just easier just to sprinkle it right into the hot broth. Actually, Kim from over at Frida Family, she puts xanthan gum in her Zuppa Toscana. Most other recipes do not have it, so I used her tip on putting this in there. So just give it a good stir, and then you're going to add in some heavy cream. It was about 3/4 cup of heavy cream. And then my cauliflower is all nice and roasted, so I poured that in there. You guys, it just adds another layer of flavors on there by using the roasted cauliflower. And the original Zuppa Toscana, if you guys don't know, has potatoes in it. And I believe Kim uses radishes in hers, or that's an option for it. And then I put in about 5 cups of chopped kale. And you guys, I was really surprised that the family liked this because of the kale. They had no issues with the kale at all. And here it is all plated up. I did pair it with some drop biscuits that I made, and I added some cheddar cheese and some Italian herbs and some garlic to the drop biscuit recipe, and these turned out fantastic. On dinner this night, I am just making a really simple stir fry. I have some sausages cut up here, and I'm just sauteing them in their own juices. I didn't put any kind of oil or butter or anything. And then I have this kit that I bought from my local grocery store. It has some cabbage and different squashes and broccoli and cauliflower all inside there, and some celery, and I just sauteed those all up together, and this is the finished product. I actually added a little bit of extra cabbage in there. I had some of this angel hair cabbage. I actually would have liked a little bit more chunkier cabbage in there, so next time I make this, that's what I'll definitely be doing. And finally, on this night, I just made a simple taco salad. I love to have these at the end of the week just to make it super simple. So I just have some spring mix. I have some Colby Jack cheese, some avocado, some taco meat, and then also some sour cream on top. So as I've been saying through this whole video, I will have all recipes linked down below in the description box, so check those out. And thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to watch my video. Please subscribe if you have not already done so, and also give me a thumbs up and leave a comment because it really helps out my channel, and I love to talk to you guys in the comment section. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye guys.